Welcome back, everybody, to Raid Shadow Legends. I know a lot of you are having difficulty with bosses in the Doom Tower right now since it was changed over. Some things were revised, but it was only resistance and accuracy. And I understand you completely, especially on Sorath, the Frost Spider. Now, on some of the other stuff like the Scarab King, we'll talk all about it. You should not be having issues there. But on stream, some people will ask me questions. Stu, I can't get past it now, and I got past it last month. What is the difference? Why can't I do it? What is happening? Well, if you're doing normal, like somebody told me before, and they're on boss number 20, and they're not at Dragon 20, farming regular Dragon 20, getting 5 and 6 star gear, that is an issue. Look, normal to me, I went through all with rares and uncommon. If you can't even bulldoze through normal, then you just need to go back and farm gear. Yes, composition will help you out there, but you really need to get gear, because the only thing they did is on the first 8 bosses on normal and the first 8 bosses on hard is that they changed up their accuracy and resistance. And the only one to where it really makes a big difference is Sorath the Frost Spider, because you need kind of both there, or you need a way to combat that Frost Spider, and now it's much harder. But for the rest of these guys, if you did 100, 120, if you fought all these champions on higher stages, then you already had your guys ready to go with enough accuracy to do it. And apparently you didn't. You don't have enough accuracy and enough speed now to combat what you're facing. And all you got to do is go over to this chart, which I will of course leave down below in the description, and find out what kind of accuracy you need. And again, if you're on normal and having problems, talk to your friends, talk to your Discord, talk to me. Let me know what kind of roster you have to get you through waves, to get you through bosses. But really, if you're having issues with normal, it is gear. You got to go farm that 5 and 6 star gear. Go get those banners over there in Spider. You still have a lot to do in the game. There's no way that you're on all 20 of the dungeons out there. You're doing well in Faction Wars and you're getting stuck on early stages of normal. That's just not going to happen, because you should have gear. You should have options. You should be able to even bulldoze through a lot of those bosses and not really worry about the game mechanics so much. And Armiger is your best friend. Let's look over here and see what they changed. So on normal, they pretty much gave every boss a little boost in resistance and accuracy. As you can see here, Agrith is at 75 resistance, 75 accuracy, but they did not touch speed or defense, attack, or HP. Nothing else. So you just need to make sure that when you fought before, that you were going first. First, you want to make sure that you're always going first, that you're doing turn meter reduction, that you have your armigers leveled up, that you're putting a slow speed, a 30% slow speed on the boss from High Katoon's A1, from Sile the Drake's A1, and then proceed to turn meter reduce these people, or go in there with some really strong champions and just blow them up. Now we come down here to 70, right? There's Sorath, got a little increase in the resistance and the accuracy. See, this is where it's going to mess us up. We'll talk about that in just a minute. But the rest of them, you should be prepared for. Like for me fighting hard over there, now that they changed the first 8 bosses, here we go on hard, right? I already faced these bosses on floor 100, 110, 120. So I've got accuracy of 330 and above already for those higher ones. So I should have no issues with these. And I wouldn't have any issues with these because they did not mess with their speeds. It's only their accuracy and resistance. And when it comes to all these champions in here, we're dropping their turn meter and we're not fighting them like we're not really fighting them per their mechanics. We're trying to put a slow speed on, drop their turn meter, and just beat them without them even taking a turn. Unless it's the one that we're Korath, the Magma Dragon, whatever the Magma Dragon's name is, we got to provoke that guy. So we got to bring in a provoker then. And if you don't have a provoke, then you got to face take it somehow and beat it up. Poison explosion it, come in there with the attacks to do based off of enemy max HP, or eventually get a provoker like I did with my rare provoker in that video along with the Paragon. There are ways around it. So go watch my videos and it will make sense to you and you'll be able to do it with even rares. Though, here's the issue. Now with Sorath the Frost Spider, now that they increase the accuracy and resistance, I have to come in there with really high accuracy, and then I've got to worry about the spider freezing me all the time, which then my people can die. So let me show you my teams really quick. In case you're wondering, what are the teams and you haven't watched any of my other videos whatsoever, this would be a team. We've got High Katoon here. We've got either Miscreative Monster, Metal Shaper, or Valkyrie. 100% uptime on shields. He's in a shield set, full auto. It doesn't matter when they come in there. Within that 3 turn, because he's in a shield set, all we got to do, like the whole thing about this Scarab King is, as long as you attack the Scarab King and you have a HP shield on, he will not counterattack. And if you keep his turn meter down, he's not going to attack you. So therefore, turn meter reduction, turn meter reduction, turn meter reduction, right? 2 armigers, uncommons, everybody needs them. Go ahead and level them up. Don't be bullheaded. Go ahead and level them up. Now, depending on where you're fighting this guy, you're going to need different speeds. Refer to the chart we just looked at. Refer to that Excel spreadsheet. Look at the speeds that are on there. What do you need speed-wise? You see the speeds right here. You see the accuracy and resistance. We don't need to worry about the accuracy. We're not concerned with that with him. We just need the accuracy on our own people. So we need to look at his resistance. What is his resistance now? Now, on normal, again, it's all like 50s. So you should be well over, easily be able to do normal. But if you're on hard, you can see the resistance that he has and what accuracy we're going to need. My guys are already at 300 and something accuracy because they're ready to fight this guy on floor 100, wherever he pops up again. So they are prepared 376 here. And I did a video talking about using accuracy chess pieces, using auras if you don't have the speed aura, bringing in your masteries to get eagle eye in the support tree, go all the way down and get that 50 accuracy there. So there are ways to be able to get this without any issues. This is full auto team. All you need is Metal Shaper here instead of Miscreated Monster or Valkyrie or Miscreated Monster. And then pretty much you get her as a login reward. You get the rest of these. You can have 3 armigers here. Now she is in a destroy set because you've got to destroy his thing to take him down faster. But this guy will not take a turn. So if he's going before you are, like if you're zoning in and he's taking a turn, then you need more speed. If you're not turn meter reducing him and it's getting resisted, then you need more accuracy. Not that hard, pretty easy. You just got to like play the game on slow and pay attention to what's happening when you go in there. Now this spider has always been a pain in the butt. So it's been the same thing. We have to go in there with turn meter reduction. Usually I sometimes have 2 armigers. I've got this one, Allure, and a lifesteal set to get some life back. There are a lot of other champions we can use to help us out here. A lot. So if you don't have these champions, build up a couple armigers, do whatever else you need to do. The spider can be tricky. It really can be. We got to heal this person taking damage. But there are a lot of clever ways to do that if we need to. Seriously. There are a lot of ways. We can even bring a Paragon in here and cover her up the whole time if we want to. We can pull in from other champions that do pull-ins. There are a lot of cool things to do. But these are both log and reward champions. This one, again, is the uncommon armiger that we've been talking about. This is Apothecary, who's amazing. And then maybe one day you'll pull out an Allure to help you out in here to make it even easier for you to go up against people like this. Now, Sorath. We talked about how I told you about the resistance and the accuracy on all these champions. And then it's not a big deal what they've done for the first 8. It's only for the first 8. After the first 8, they've kept them the same. They did not increase it after that. So if we go after the 80th floor, we're going to see that there's no more yellow. So when you refer to the sheet, whenever you see yellow, that means that it was increased from last month. That's what changed. So 200, 200. I'm still not worried about that because I fought this guy on 100 already, and I know I need around 330 and above. So I'm good with my guys on that. But you might need 200 to get past that one. So there you can see that he's got 200 resistance. But after that, look, 90 hasn't changed. All the rest haven't changed there. But Sorath, the Frostbiter, I beat this Frostbiter on 40 with all these rares. These rares right here, and my Bulwark is jacked up with a lot of accuracy, right? This is the one to where we need to get that burn up. Once we have the burn up, the Frostbiter lowers its resistance by a considerable amount. Like I think on the main high stages, it lowers it by like 250 or so. It drops down. I'm trying to find it. Here we are at 200. I think it's the same on 70 or so. It'll lower it by 300 once we have a burn up. And this guy will go down to 280 resistance, which makes it for everybody else on your team easier to apply all their debuffs. So we need our burn person to either be irresistible or be somebody like my Bulwark over here and have really high accuracy. And then apply it so my other people can apply their abilities or try to bring in really, really high accuracy. But the issue is that they increased this person's resistance and they increased its accuracy. What does this do? Well, this strips buffs on this 1/3 turn cooldown move, I think it is. And then it also always tries to freeze you whenever you attack it. And then it might have another freeze move, I can't remember, but it does have a chance to freeze you when you attack it. And what happens is your people start getting frozen and you're taking a mass amount of damage if you can't turn meter reduce this boss. And it's hard to turn meter reduce it because you need really high accuracy unless you have a burn up. But you don't always have a burn up because I tried to come in here with like 2 armigers, the rare dwarf, this guy, that increases our accuracy by 50%. And I was using that along with my 300 and something armigers to have enough accuracy all the time to lower cooldowns. Instead of worrying about the burn, I just came in there with everybody with 580 accuracy or so to keep turn meter reducing this boss. Well, it worked fine, but this guy didn't give me 100% uptime on increased accuracy by 50%. So it would fall short. Yes, we got a slow speed up of 30%, which we definitely need. Any of these bosses out here, if we get a 30% reduced slow speed, right, debuff on them, it makes the world of difference. You want that on the Nether Spider, and you want that on the Scarab King. Always get that debuff up, and then bring in your turn meter reduction people. Your Armigers, your Cold Hearts, whoever else you got. If you got a Lysandra, all those people, right, you bring them in. But this spider now has really high accuracy and really high resistance. So we got to bring in the accuracy to get our debuffs up. We got to bring in the burn to get that burn up to even lower it enough so that our other people can apply their debuffs. And they would be, you know, if we fought him on a higher stage, again, I beat this on 40 with all rares on hard. And last month, I beat this at 70 with all rares. That same rare team. That same rare team right now cannot beat the spider anymore because the spider keeps freezing us and I can't heal back over it. Before, we would resist most of those freeze and my team could heal all the damage the spider was doing, and we could run the same exact team on 70. I couldn't run it on 120, but I could run the same exact rare team on 70 hard, but now I can't. And it's because of that increased accuracy that it has. It's freezing everyone. But I can't combat it. I can't bring in, 500 accuracy on this guy, 300 accuracy on these guys, along with 200 resistance. That's asking a lot, right? And the speeds we need and everything else. That is asking a lot. But only on stage 70, though, really he's at 200. 200 accuracy, 200 resistance, plus maybe 280 added if we don't have the burn up. So without the burn, let's say we don't have a burn on this guy, we're looking at 500, 400 something accuracy, 500, 200 resistance. That's what I'm saying we need on our side, because he's got 200 accuracy, 500 or 480 whatever resistance, no burn up. So you see what I mean? We need a lot to combat him now. So if you're getting stuck on the Frost Spider, I understand that. I understand your pain. You can come in here with people and kill this guy even without the burn, as long as the last move is something. Even Armiger will do it, right? As long as you kill him with this A2, they cannot revive. Blocks revive. The spider will not come back, but you need to be able to keep your people alive and not get frozen all the time. If you're getting frozen all the time, that's an issue, right? Then you can't do your abilities. If you're getting frozen and you're still able to heal through it, that's okay. You can kill the right spider and then you can go to proceed to kill this boss. Shouldn't be a big issue. You could do that as long as you can keep the heals up. But now on 70, I cannot do it with my all rare team. But that's it. Basically, that's the only changes, guys. So don't think it's not, they didn't add speed, they didn't add any more damage or anything else. They just added more accuracy and more resistance, and you can see it all on the spreadsheet below, which I will leave for you below. And if you have any questions on how to fight these bosses, just look at my other videos on what to do against them. Nobody currently that I know face tanks this spider, because it is damn hard. And until we find out like a really solid team or an unkillable team, or we bring in our Paragon, or we bring in our Sethalia, because I can't solo it with a Sethalia. I can solo it with a Paragon with a poison set on. A 3-star level 1 Paragon with books, with a poison set, doing his A1 and A2 only, because if you use the A3, it'll random target and cause this spider to heal. And what I do, I just keep trying to apply a poison over and over. We got 1,000 turns to apply one poison on this spider, but this spider also is not taking the normal amount of spider damage. Something is going on weird, which I need to talk to the devs about with this, see if it's on purpose. It is not taking the normal tick of poison that all other bosses in the game take. Maybe that's because it's got some kind of immunity, but it doesn't say it anywhere. But there are ways to cheese these out, and we need to find out more ways to do that, because to actually face tank this spider up on high levels on hard, it's crazy. It's very crazy to do. That's all I got. Really, I just wanted to talk to you about it because there are a lot of people having issues with fighting the Scarab King, people have been telling me. They've been telling me the Scarab King the most. This will take this guy out on floor hard 100 easily. This team will. So just go and pay attention to the resistance that he has. Look at the accuracy that you need and go watch the videos I have out there about combating that. And then if you want to find ways to beat this or ways to solo this guy with Vergus that I put out a solo Vergus video. You know we can do it with Lord Chamfer. We've got Lugan the Steadfast. There are other champions that we can solo this with. Madame Sirius can actually probably solo this because she gets a shield up every turn if we build her appropriately to do this battle. There's a lot of things we can do with that. Find me on Twitch. I love going over stuff like this. It's a lot of fun when people come on Twitch and want to have help getting through all these bosses and waves. Tons of fun for me to do. That's all I've got. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I appreciate your time. Let us know down below what issues you are having, and we'll try to help you out. I will see you all on a video soon.